Hi everybody, welcome to Push It Up Video. My name is Eric and today we'll be looking at Dropmix. Now this is a 2017 release by Hasbro and Harmonix. Now this is not your typical standard board game. This came out of the blue in a way. Not many people were expecting it, and when it came out, it kind of, people were still wondering what it is exactly. Is it a game? Is it a toy? What does it do? In a nutshell, what Dropmix is you have a board, alright, you have an electronic board, and it's a mix between apps and an actual game, actual card playing game, alright. But the main thing of it is how the technology works with the chips that are embedded in the cards themselves, and what happens when you place the chips onto the device itself, and how the device and the app integrates together. So let's take a look at the components of the game, how to play the game, and my thoughts about the game. Now I just want to take a moment here to thank my sponsors. Alright, Fun Again Games. Push Your Luck Video is an affiliate of Fun Again Games. So if you go to funagaingames.com, and when you check out after you buy any games there, if you put my code PULV, that's Papa, Umbrella, Lima, Virgo, alright, in the affiliate code section, a little bit of kickback comes back to me as well. So thank you very much if you do that. And also I'd like to thank Tasty Minstrel Games for sponsorship. Tasty Minstrel now has a podcast, and is run by my very good friend Lance, the Undead Viking. So if you want to take a listen to what Tasty Minstrel has to say about the board game industry, about the games they're releasing, do check out their podcast as well. On with the review. Okay, so this is what you get in the box of Dropmix, a game of Dropmix. Alright, you do not get the phone. Alright, you just get this device, which you will need to put 4 AA batteries inside, alright, to be able to power it. And then you also get 60 cards. Alright, so these are the cards. Now each of the card inside will have they will tell you what color it is, what grade it is. So this is a level 2, there's level 1, level 2, and level 3, and also what it does. So for example, this card, it will play you the guitar of the song, alright, all about that bass. So what is inside the cards is actually this shit. So we actually took one of the cards and we kind of ripped it apart to see what's inside. So it's actually a chip inside the card. So each of the card has this inside. What happens is that when you place it near these sensors, alright, the sensor will inform the app. Alright, so the phone, you can download the Dropmix app. Is free for Android and iOS. Once you download it, you can sync it with the Dropmix device itself. And what happens is that the sensor will read this thing, alright, and then will tell the app to play the particular song based on the ID that's embedded in these little chips. So if you play, so there are games, there are different games inside the device itself. So I will show you the different. So there's a versus, there's a party, and there's freestyle. Versus, you can play 2 to 4 players. All right, basically what you're trying to do is that you have a set hand of cards, all right, based on the different topics or different types that you would like to play with. All right, and then you'll be placing the cards down during the turn. Each player will take a turn and place a card down. The only rule is that when you place the card down, it must be equals to or higher than the card that's currently there. And also must have the same color. Then it will score you points. Then you keep doing this until whoever scores first to score 21 points or more will win the game. During your turn, instead of playing a card, you can also press the Dropmix button, which will randomly ask the opponent to discard some cards, or maybe even all of their cards. Alright, depending on what comes out when you tap the Dropmix button. Party mode is where everybody's playing cooperatively together, and then they are trying to score a certain amount of points as fast as they can. Freestyle is the part where the device acts like a toy, and when you're placing cards down, and you'll be making music and making your own mixes, and you can even save your own mixes that you do, and then you can enjoy it later on as well. Now I'm going to show you the freestyle one, alright, because that's, to me, the most interesting part of this whole Dropmix. You can change the different beats, you can change the different keys as well. And when in freestyle mode, if you press the Dropmix button, alright, it will randomly change the speed and the key of the song that's happening now. So let me give you an example right now. So let's say the best thing about this Dropmix is that you can shuffle the cards anyhow you like, and songs will just happen, will just be played. Alright, so I'm going to show you. So I'm going to randomly drop a song. So this means I need to put it on the yellow side. Okay, so I'll put it on the yellow side here like that. I liked how they know when to sync in the music. Alright, so it's always on the same beat. Nothing feels funky, nothing feels weird. Right, so let's put in some drum beats here. And I'm always amused and amazed by how even the mix will sound still alright. Some of them will even sound really good. Play this one now. And it's really impressive how the sensors and the cards, the sensor can detect really which slot you're placing in. And also if you can place cards over them, you do not need to stick to the same one. So for example, I can change the song now, or change to CS Chandelier. So if I want to mix it up a bit, I want to change the whole thing, I can press the drop mix button. So the white cards are the wild cards, and they usually create some sort of special effect. So there are also wild cards. So the wild cards are really interesting because it depends on where you put them. Alright, they will have certain effects. So if I put them here, they'll play both the red and the yellow. If I put it here, just play the red. If I put it here, I'll play the red and the blue. Put it there, I'll just play the blue. And if I put it here, I'll play the blue and green. So I'll show you. Yeah, I think the best card so far we have played, we agreed that Bruno Mars 24 K Magic is the best one of this basic set, because there's so many things that this card can do. Yeah, so that's how the whole Dropmix system works, and I think it's pretty cool. So let's go to my final thoughts about the game. So that's how you play the game, Dropmix. So what did I think of it? I really like the toy aspect of the game. The part where you play around with it, the freestyle mode, is very fun because it is kind of a new technology to me. I know that such technology have existed for some time, but to put it into this packaging with music and the app itself is very smart, because I suspect, or at least I theorize, that Harmonix already have all these different music, and they separated them into the different like melodies, drums, guitars, bass, because of their games like Rock Band and stuff like that. So Harmonix already have all this information, all this data with them, and so it's just a small leap forward to use to combine a card game with these data that they have, and then they created Dropmix. And I like the toy aspect of it, where it is a freestyling thing. You just play cards and see what kind of mixes that you can make up. It makes you almost feel like a DJ. Not to insult actual DJs out there, but it does make me feel like an amateur wannabe DJ. And I think it is also a very good conversation piece. So if you put it out on the table when you have a party, you give everybody a card and say, "Hey guys, check it out. Check out this weird thing I got." And when they play the cards onto the device and the music starts to play, and then they realize that they are the ones making the music, you can see their eyes light up. They're like, "Whoa, this is cool, this is very interesting." The game itself is lackluster, I feel. It doesn't really, it feels like a very basic attempt at a game. I do think that there are some things that can do to improve it. I do not like the munchkin aspect of it, like when you press the Dropmix button and then you will sabotage your opponent, but without any penalty to yourself. So I feel that if you want to sabotage your opponents, there should be some little negative effect on you. Or most of the time I can just I can just press the Dropmix button all the way, and my opponent will not be able to get any points. So that kind of munchkin, take that kind of thing is not something that I like, or I think it fits into the thing. I think the group play, the co-op play is probably more fun than the 1v1 thing. And but overall, I think the main attraction of this Dropmix is the toy aspect of it. The fun you have when you are exploring and discovering, oh, what does this card do? What does the drums of this song do for the mix that I'm doing? I think that is the attraction of the game. Now the game itself, it is pretty expensive. The base set is already almost $90. I think the cheapest you can get is about $80 something. So I'm not sure how that will sit well with people who gamers and non-gamers alike. I guess you can buy this at most major retail stores. So I guess they're targeting at people who are more casual gamers, who are not really like into board gaming, like how some hobbyists or some people really like the board game. So I'm not sure how it will be like, how the reception will be like. So we have to wait and see whether it is a hit off for Hasbro and for Harmonix, and whether they will then be able to support it in years to come. Right now, you can also buy their mix packs and also extra song packs. And I think if you buy the whole entire set right now, there are about I think 180 cards or so. It will cost you roughly around $300 or more. Alright, so I'm not sure whether someone is willing to spend all this money to have essentially like a toy for you to play with, but we'll see. I think it's still pretty new. Not many people have picked up on it yet. I think it's just only hitting the retail stores right now. So I would say that for the novelty of it, it is interesting. It is something that I would recommend. But for the price point, I would say that if you have a chance to try it first, and then you see whether you want to shell out the kind of money for Dropmix. So that is my review of Dropmix. As usual, please subscribe and like the YouTube channel. Every little thing that you do for the YouTube channel will help me as well. And also do leave your feedback, leave your comments, and leave your questions as well. I will gladly answer them. So once again, thank you for watching. Bye.